Mike Murdoch said that problems are catalysts for creativity. So when there is problem, then there is a need for invention, or there is a need to be creative in order to bring forth the solution that is required. You are the solution to someone's problem. You are the solution to someone's problem. You are the answer to someone's prayer. Someone is praying somewhere and say, God, this is what I desire, this is what I need. And God has put that thing in you to bring forth to that individual or to the group of people. So you are the answer to someone's prayer. God believes in you and I. God believes in you and I. And that's why He created us to bring pleasure to Him. All that God has put in you, the potentials and the talents, the gifts God has put in you, He believes in you. That's why He has put them there in order for you to bring pleasure to Him. When those things that He has put in you is carried out or being fulfilled, it brings pleasure to God. It brings pleasure to God that my son, my daughter is doing what I've called him or her to do. God takes the pleasure because He created us to bring pleasure to Him. I love how the Bible put it in Revelation chapter 4 and verse 11. The book of Revelation chapter 4, the Bible speaking, it said about we bringing pleasure to God because He has created us to do that. He said, thou art worthy, O Lord, to receive glory and honor and power, for thou hast created all things, and for thy pleasure they are and we are created. So all the things we see, all the things God created is for His pleasure, to give Him glory. Because when we are on our assignment, when we are on our calling and it's being carried out, it gives God pleasure. So your greatest calling is not about doing what you were created to do on earth, but your greatest calling is to God. Your greatest calling is not just in fulfilling what God has created you to do, but your number one and primary calling is to God. Is to God. When we understand that our calling is first to God, it will make our calling or what we be created to do to be easy. Because if you cannot understand, if we cannot understand that it is first to God, then we cannot really impart humanity. We cannot actually or really touch the lives of those we've been sent to. Our first and foremost calling is to God. Then our secondary calling is what we've been called to do. Don't ever forget that your calling first is to God and then to man. Our first and primary calling is to God. I love how the Bible put it in 1 Corinthians chapter 1. 1 Corinthians chapter 1 and verse 9. Paul the apostle was speaking. He said in that verse of the scripture, 1 Corinthians 1.